Welcome to Intuitive Flow. I'm your host, Mikaela Filar, intuitive energetic healer, medium, entrepreneur, and mindset mentor with a mission to help you step into your fullest potential by giving you the tools to rid yourself of limiting beliefs, love yourself unconditionally, and create the reality that you dream of living. It is time to transform your mindset, get unstuck, and step into the highest frequency version of yourself who has unshakable confidence. I am even answering your juiciest questions regarding all things intuition, manifestation, personal development, self-love, self-image, and helping you work through your dilemmas, intuitively guiding you to expand your mindset and level up in life. So turn up the volume and get excited for this intuitive flow. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Intuitive Flow with Mikaela Filar. I am so excited to announce that your girl is engaged. You see it? You see it? You see that? I did that. He did that. He did a really good job. Okay. We're interrupting this little series that I'm doing that I'm obsessed with and I'm so excited about. But everyone's been asking me, tell me all the things. Did you know? We want to know the story. How did he do it? And I just figured what not better way than to share it on the podcast, right? Right. This way I can give you guys all the little details and not worry about time or whatever. So today's episode was going to be all about intuition, what they're not telling you, and how I used intuition to create the life that I now live, which is going to be such a good episode. But we're going to push that to next week. And this week is going to be all about my engagement and the proposal and all of the questions that you guys have been asking. And I also have a little message for the girlies who have maybe been really desiring for this to happen for them, have a, maybe even just meet a boyfriend. Or this could even be for my guys. If you're a man and you're listening to this, the same rules, the same rules apply. The same magic applies for you as well. And this is for you if you are really desiring to manifest your desired partner, somebody who loves you unconditionally, somebody who makes you feel like you are the hottest thing since sliced bread and you want to create that life with. If that is something that you're desiring, getting married, getting engaged, having babies, all the things. If that's something that you're desiring and maybe you've been down on yourself because it hasn't happened for you yet, or you're watching all of your friends or family members get engaged or married or have babies and you have been, again, just down on yourself about it, this message is for you. Because 3 years ago, I was you. I'm not coming at this from a place of ignorance. I'm coming at this from a place of I've been there and I was you. I was in such a low place of my life and I was so jealous when I would see my friends or family members get engaged or married or announce pregnancies or whatever the case may be. And it was not until this work where I completely switched my mindset. And I'm going to share some tips of the things that I did to get to a place of neutrality with the situation. And I am going to help you guys get neutral if you do these tips and these things, because that's an important thing. If you are not in a place of neutrality, you are in a place of need, meaning you're making this thing that you're desiring to happen for you so bad mean something about you. And I used to do this, like I said, and I put a lot of my worth into these things happening for me. And I also put a lot of my happiness into them happening for me as well. And that's just not somewhere you want to be. We don't ever want to make anything outside of us mean anything about us. And we also don't want to say, oh, well, I will feel X when I get Y, And because I was doing that, I was just pushing away everything that I wanted because I had to learn how to love myself unconditionally. This was literally like a part of my soul mission and soul pull here on earth in this lifetime is to master self love and self image. And that is why I obviously am so passionate about what I do today. And had it not been for this work, I would not be where I am today, and my life would not look the way that it does today. And the only reason why I am getting everything that I could have ever wished for in my life is truly because I have poured into myself and I have taken my self love and self image and done my very best to work on it every single day and to learn how to love myself unconditionally without making anything external of me mean anything about me. When we are doing this, when we are making things external of us mean something about us or make us feel any type of way, we're in this state of need, meaning that we need X in order to feel Y. And when you're doing that, you're in a needy state, and neediness is the opposite of magnetism. So you're actually just pushing out what you're desiring to happen for you. So if you can get to the place of neutrality, if you can get to the place of loving yourself unconditionally from the inside out, to truly stop feeling like you need anything other than you to fill a void that only you can fill, right? That, like, until that happens, nothing is ever going to be enough. You're never going to be happy. And it might slap a band-aid on things for a minute, but eventually you're going to go back to feeling like there's something missing. And that's what was happening for me for the majority of my life until I learned about this work. So if you are somebody who, like I said, has been desiring to find a boyfriend or a girlfriend, get engaged, get married, get pregnant, like do all of the things, if that's something that you are desiring for yourself, I want you to see the neutrality in it, meaning we've always remember the universal law of polarity. There's equal parts good to the bad, bad to the good. So you got to see equal and balance it out. Because if you're super elated about something happening for you, again, something's something's got to neutralize that. So let's say you create what you want, but you're not in balance, you're not neutral about getting the thing. What happens is that something's got to give. And there is a saying where people are always like, oh my God, things are so good. Like something bad's got to happen. Okay, well, if you don't get neutral about that good, then you're not wrong. But if you can find a way to get neutral about the thing happening for you, then you don't have to worry about crashing. Okay. So this whole time, like, I have been doing my best to get neutral about getting engaged. Of course, I want to get engaged. I love Bryson. And obviously, you guys know how obsessed we are with each other. And I'm so grateful for him. And I want to spend the rest of my life with him. And I want more than anything to get to be engaged. And I wanted to get engaged in all the things. But I had to take that off of the pedestal. I had to get neutral about it and see, okay, well, what are the negatives of getting engaged and getting married? And so I did. I created a T chart and a plus and a minus at the top of it. And on one side, I put all of the positives of being engaged. And on the negative side, I put all the negatives of being engaged. And I even did this with being in a relationship back when I wanted to just find a romantic partner who loved me unconditionally. Like I even had that up on a pedestal and I had to get neutral about that. It's the same thing. I created that T chart. Anything that you are super elated and excited about, make the T chart. That is how you get neutral about it. You've got to see the positives and the negatives in everything. So that will help. And then also the self-love and self-image part of it is that when you don't feel like you need anything external of you to fill a void, because you know that anything external of you that you think it will make you feel that you can give those feelings to yourself because you can. That is when you become a magnet for the thing that you want. Okay. So, getting engaged, for instance, how do you think getting engaged is going to make you feel? Is it going to make you feel desired, loved, appreciated, valued? Okay. All of those feelings, right? Well, how do you already have those feelings within yourself? How can you, and if you don't feel like you have those feelings within yourself, then how can you today begin to give yourself those feelings? Because if you're looking outside of yourself for somebody else to give you those feelings, that's not fair to them, because that means that you are putting a lot, like you're putting a lot of pressure on them to make you feel a certain way. And the moment that they don't do that, you're going to like fucking spiral, and you're going to spiral down a hole, and you're going to think that they don't love you anymore. And you're not going to be happy. You might build resentment. They might build resentment from you too. So we've got to get to a secure attachment style as opposed to an anxious attachment style, which is what I was just explaining. In order to attract your dream person, you literally have to become your own dream person. So you have to treat yourself, date yourself, love yourself unconditionally from the inside out. The only reason that you're going to attract somebody who loves you unconditionally from the inside out, and that it's solid and you'll keep the energy of that person loving you unconditionally from the inside out, is only if you give that to yourself first, is only if you love yourself unconditionally from the inside out first. So how can you begin to show yourself that kind of love that you're desiring to get from somebody else? Because once you can get to the place of knowing that you don't need anyone or anything external of you, and that you're just good with you and who you are so magnetic. You will be so magnetic. You will be so powerful. You will be so confident. And that's facts. So I urge you, if you are, watching maybe friends, family members, etc., get things that you are desiring, first of all, like, don't get, if you do get jealous, that's okay, but like, get neutral about the thing that you're getting triggered over, and see how whatever it is that you're desiring, whatever you're seeing other people get, if you see other people get what you want, just know that that means that you're an energetic match for that to happen for you as well. And God, source, universe would not put that desire on your heart if it were not possible for you as well. But you've got to hold on to that knowing that it is possible for you. And we live in a physical world, so we have to take the physical actions in order to make that happen for you. You are in charge of your reality. You can attract the person who you want to attract. You can attract the life that you want to create for yourself. However, it all begins with you. And this self-love and self-image work is where it all started. It is why I created my 6 or 8 week, I think at this point, course called Glowed Up. I'll put it in the show notes for you below. If that is something that you feel you need to work on, that like self-love and self-image piece, the work that's inside of Glowed Up is what helped me what started my journey. It is what started and got me to where I am today. And then repetition, the tools that are in that course, you have to use throughout your life all the time to create the life that you're desiring to create for yourself. But it all starts with you. If you want to be treated like a queen, treat yourself like a queen. If you want to be committed to, commit to yourself. If you want to be loved unconditionally, unconditionally love yourself. Okay? Do the work necessary to become your dream person's dream person. And it is inevitable that that will happen for you, as long as you are taking the steps that you know are necessary to get there, along with being in the energy of somebody who has the life that you are desiring to create for yourself. I just remember seeing all of my friends and family members and, etc., like get married and engaged and announce pregnancies or whatever, and being so just jealous. And it wasn't until I learned that, number one, whatever you see happening for someone else, that means it's possible for you. And number two, instead of being like jealous or any of the sort, any type of triggered feeling about them having that thing or that thing happening for them, instead of feeling like that, feel your feelings. Your feelings are valid. And also see it as such a beautiful lesson and a beautiful moment for you to work through whatever it is that you're feeling so that you can get to a place of seeing them and being so happy for them, and also being happy for yourself, because that just means that you are an energetic match for that to happen for you as well. Okay. You've got to, like I said, take the actions necessary to become that person who has that thing, and then stay in the energy of that person who has that thing or has that life that you want to have. Because if you go back to your old ways, you're not going to be able to hold the life that you've created for yourself. That's why this work is never ending and you're consistently having to do this work. So if you are here for the story and you are ready for story time, sit back, relax, and turn the volume up, because here it is. So, mind you, like the last, I would say, month or so, I have been feeling like something is happening. Like I had known that he got the ring. I had known that like things were getting put in motion, and I had voiced that to him because I I don't like, things just get talked about. We live together. Obviously, we're going to talk about these things, and he knows that it's definitely been on my heart to like get engaged. And I remember what's so funny is that I was talking to my friend about it like probably a few months back, and she was like, you know what, it's coming when you begin to get like mad that it's not here yet. And I was starting to get like, I was starting to catch myself get like, because Bryson would say things and he would like sing these songs. He randomly sings. It's really cute. He would sing these songs about like how, you and me together forever and all the things. And I would look at him and I would just give him like eyes. Like, I haven't said yes yet. Where's the ring? Like, and he knew what the eyes meant. So I didn't have to say anything because he just knew. He could just like read my thoughts and read my eyes. And he'd be like, just wait. You just wait. You just wait. So you guys, I've been waiting for 2 years. I've been waiting for 2 years. I knew I was going to marry this man, like from not the second I met him, but definitely when we became like when we started dating, like, obviously I was just like, okay, like I'm obsessed with you. I love you so much anyways. Blah, blah, blah. But I knew it was coming. It's a long time coming. But for the last like month, the thoughts have been getting louder and louder and louder in my own head. And I knew that because they were getting louder and louder in my own head, that he was thinking about it a lot. And I was picking up on his thoughts because that's what happens. Hello, telepathy. And I was purposefully not like looking in on it. I was doing my best to keep my intuition at bay. Like I said, knew it was coming. However, I had no clue when, I had no clue how, and I wanted it to be like that. Now, he had mentioned something probably like 2 weeks ago about my nails, and because they're like purple right now if you're just listening to this, but they're my brand color. They're purple and I love them. And they're obviously not like, oh my gosh, I'm getting engaged nails. And I remember him saying like, oh, like your nail, how long are your nails going to last for? And I was like, oh, probably like 2 weeks. And I think this was like a week ago. So like they have another week and I'll probably get them done next week. And he was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Like, he didn't wanna ruin it because he never gives a shit about my nails. Are you kidding me, guys? He doesn't care. So he knows. He knows I'm obviously very intuitive, and he didn't want to ask me too many questions to, like, ruin the surprise or to, like, get me questioning things or get me, like, thinking about things, but little did he know I was doing my best not to look too far into it. There was multiple times where I could have looked into it a lot further than I did, but I chose not to. And I had this feeling and this knowing, like I said, that it was coming, but I had no idea how or when. Anyways, but then I was on the phone with my girlfriend, Kendra, and we're chatting, and she's like, "Oh, let me see your nails." This was like last week. And I show her my nails, and she's like, "When are you going to get them done again?" And I was like, why? And she's like, "Oh, nothing. No, no, like nothing." Like, and I could have asked her questions then. I could have looked more into it then. I chose not to, right? And I also was just like, I'm not gonna like waste this manicure. Like, I don't mind. The color is super cute, and they weren't grown out like too bad. So I just like let it happen. Anyways, I digress. That was the whole situation with my nails. This was all last week, and I knew it was coming. So then, like, my mom had called me in the middle of the week and was like, "Hey, are you and Bryson's parents like doing anything next weekend? I would love to get us all together and like get to know them more." I mean, they've hung out plenty of times, but not just us. And so I was like, "Oh yeah, no, like super cute. Would love to make that happen." So I like messaged his parents in our little group chat that we have, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no plans this weekend. Like, we'll see you there. That sounds like a plan. Where are we going? What's the deal?" My mom plans it. She's like, "Oh, we're gonna go to the Shoals. It's this cute restaurant in front of Lock and Cheetah. It's on the beach. It's overlooking the water. It's super nice." I'm like, "Okay, this is like a nice restaurant. Not gonna look into it. Not gonna look into it." And she says, "Dress nice, but bring a sweater because it's gonna get cold." And I said, "Okay, yeah, cool, of course." And I'm like getting dressed for that night. And I had this vision of like him, well, what if he proposes like, over the water during sunset in front of our parents? Like, that would be so cute. And it did cross my mind, but then I was like, "Nope, wait, stop, like, stop it. Maybe not. Maybe it won't happen. Who cares? I don't care." Again, getting neutral about it, taking it off the pedestal, knowing that no matter what, like, I'm good with me. Okay. Then I go on a walk that morning on Saturday morning. I was like walking, or Friday morning. Wait, yeah, no, Saturday morning. Because Saturday is when it happened. And I was walking with myself, and I called my grandma to like check in with her and just say hello, and let this be a little reminder to call your grandma and check in and say hello. But she and I were chatting, and she just brings up Bryson like randomly, and she's like, "I just love him so much." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, me too. He's so great." And she's like, "Yeah, he's so great." And I'm like, "We're all going to dinner tonight with my parents and his parents, and I'm excited. It'll be cute." And I'm like, "I have a feeling something's being planned behind my back, but I'm trying not to look too much into it." And she's like, "Really? Like that? Well, I can't wait for that to happen. We all love Bryson, blah, 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 all the things." And that was all that was said in that conversation. But I did have like a slight idea, but like I said, didn't look too into it. That Saturday, like on that walk, I wanted Bryson to come with me, but Bryson was like avoiding me like the damn plague all day, which I now understand why. But yeah, he was just also like acting very like, you could tell he was super nervous, but like I said, wasn't looking too into it. Just thought, "Oh, like whatever." Like, I didn't really even notice that he was avoiding me until I started thinking about it like after he'd already proposed. I was like, "You were ignoring me all day. You were nervous." Because here's the thing. The plan was me at my parents' at my mom and Bill's, which is my mom's boyfriend, who they've been together for like 12 years. He's basically my stepdad. And we were going to meet there and then we're all going to drive at the same time to the restaurant, whatever. So I'm still thinking like, oh, we're going to go to we'll stay here. They always like, hang out and have a drink. And Bryson's like standing and he's just like fidgeting and like looking around and trying not to look, like purposefully not looking at me. And I'm like, something's wrong with him. And then my mom looks at me and she's like, at this point, we have driven to um, my mom and Bill's, and we're all in the kitchen and we're just chit chatting, shooting the shit. But Bryson's being weird. And then my mom, I think, notices that I'm looking at him and she's like, hey, come over here. And I'm like, but like she's whispering. She like didn't even, she like mouthed it to me. And I'm like, okay. And so I follow her into the spare room and she takes me out to the patio and she starts talking about, she's like, close the door behind you. So I close the door behind me. I'm like, is everything okay? Like, what's going on? She's like, oh, I want to throw Bill a surprise party. And I just wanted to tell you. And I'm like, well, you could have called me. And I'm like, okay. And she starts walking. So I'm like following her around the corner in the backyard. And my parents, like, they have this beautiful house up on a mountain that like overlooks all of Ventura and the ocean, and it's really beautiful. I could see the islands, and it was like a beautiful day. And basically, I follow her, and Bryson's standing there, and I am just still oblivious. And my mom's like just blabbering at this point, talking about how there's caterpillars in a bush, and the caterpillars are killing her bush, and I have to go look at the bush. And I'm at this point like, what is happening? And so I'm like looking over and looking for these damn caterpillars. And Bryson's like behind me and he's touching my arm and he's got the coldest hands because he was just holding a cold beer. And I'm like, honey, your hands are freezing. Like, and he's like, oh, well, turn around. And I'm like, okay. I turn around and I start kissing him and he's like kissing me. And I'm like, wait, I have lip gloss on. Why is he? I'm like, you know, I have lip gloss on. Like, you never kiss me when I have lip gloss on. And he's like, I don't care. It's fine. And I'm like, what the heck? I was like, oh, and then things started clicking. And I'm like, oh, and then he starts talking. Okay. And he's starting to talk, and I'm all in my head. I'm like, oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, this is happening. And I'm like, this is happening right now. I'm like, oh my God, okay, wait. Oh, I need to listen. I need to listen to what he's saying. So I'm like intentionally like looking into his eyeballs, like listening to what he's saying. And he's like just telling me that he loves me and that I'm the best thing that's ever happened to him, all the things that I'm beautiful and that just that I'm great. I kind of blacked out too, but like I just know that it was a lot about how amazing I am and how much he loves me. I look over and I see my mom's house, like it's windows all across, so you can just be standing in the window and like see the deck and see Bryson and I. And so I look over and all of the parents are like in the window, like filming, and they've got their cameras out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I start like, like I literally was like so just like excited. Like I didn't cry, I didn't scream because I just knew, like I knew, and it's been a long time coming, and I got like neutral about it, and I just knew it was coming. So it was just like like there's the feeling of like excitement, but like also just like it felt good and it felt right. And he gets down on one knee and my hands are like shaking. And he pulls out the ring and he asks me if I will marry him. And I said, absolutely, yes. Gave him a hug, gave him a kiss. He stands up. We like hug and kiss and all the things. And everyone comes out and is all like clapping and excited. And then as he finishes popping the question and all of the things, Kendra pops out of nowhere, which she lives 2 hours away. So like I was not expecting her to be there. And she just like pops out and I'm like, I scream. I'm like, oh my God. I like scream. And then I get teary eyed. And everyone's all excited and I'm excited and everything is just super exciting. And then all of a sudden they're like talking about how we're having a party. And I'm like, a party? Like just us, right? Like just us. And Kendra's like, oh yeah, just us. It'll just be us seven or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like super happy, like stoked. And then all of a sudden, like one by one, all of our friends and more family just keep piling into the door. And before you know it, there's like, I don't know, like 15 people and there's catered food. Like we're not going to the restaurant. Like we're staying here. We're having a party, a proposal party. Uh, Bryson did this cute little cheers, like this toast thing. And it was just such a magical, it was everything that I could have ever wanted and wished for and more. And I am over the moon excited. And that night was just so fun and magical. And I'm so grateful. And it was just beautiful. And he did such a good job. And I was completely surprised. Like I had no clue how he was going to do it, had no idea. And it was just so perfect. I'm very grateful. And the ring is absolutely incredible. You guys, he did not pick this out. He took me ring shopping back in November of 2024. And I picked out this ring. It's a Marquise diamond. I think it's 2.5 carats, and it's got the hidden halo underneath it, and it's gorgeous. Okay. Gorgeous. And I'm so excited. Like the ring is so perfect. And yeah. So because he took me ring shopping like back in November, like homeboy took his time. But I was just doing my best. Okay. Doing my best to stay patient. Cause I'm like, what? Like you took me ring shopping and like it's fucking almost July. What are we doing here? What's the hold up? Like I know it's coming, okay? Anyways, I digress. The night was perfect. He was perfect. I am so over the moon and I can't wait to plan the engagement party and the wedding. And it's just crazy. I can't believe I'm a fiance. You guys, the feeling of being engaged to such an incredible man and who has such an amazing family, and who loves me unconditionally. Like, you guys, the rock that Bryson has been through all of the ups and downs over the last 2 years has been just incredible. And I mean, if you know Bryson, you know how incredible of a human being he is. I just feel so lucky. And I know he feels the same. And I'm just really excited for our future and what's to come. And yeah, that's our story of how we got engaged. And the next morning, I woke up with a little bit of a hangover because I definitely had 4 glasses of wine, which I don't really drink that much anymore. So, like at all, like I can literally count the amount of drinks I've had this entire year on 2 hands, and that's crazy for me. Just so you know, I used to be a crazy party girl, but I had 4 glasses of wine, woke up hungover, was like, this is why I don't fucking drink. But it was so worth it celebrating with my friends and family. It was so much fun. Not that you need alcohol for that, but I just decided that I wanted to be drinking some wine, okay? Your girl missed her wine. And yeah, we vegged out. We went to breakfast with some friends on Sunday morning. And then that was beautiful. That was so much fun and cute. And then we came back home and we just vegged out and replied to all of the incredible messages, DMs, comments that you guys were sending us, like all the well wishes, and sending you guys so much love for that. Thank you so much if you've reached out and said congratulations like that. Thank you so much. I've gotten so many people just reaching out and being like, you deserve this. And to know my story and to know all of the shit that I've been through and to know all of the healing and all of the work that I've done on myself to become the human that I am today, to be the type of woman that deserves the love that Bryson so effortlessly gives me. Um, it just means so much. just means so much. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to the story. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions, I think I'm probably just going to do like a question box on my Instagram story tomorrow, and you guys can ask me there. Well, today, it would be today because today is Monday, Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. If you are a veteran, my heart goes out to you. If you have a family member who has, or a friend, whoever, who was in the military, my heart goes out to you. This weekend is a long weekend because of the sacrifices that those in the military have made for our freedom. And I just want to say thank you so much. If you are in the service or have been in the service, thank you for your service. And I hope that everybody enjoyed their Memorial Day weekend. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a part of this. As always, we will chat soon. Okay. Bye.